Is a null check needed before calling Instanceof in Java? A very common Java question is, do we need to check for null before using Instanceof? Many developers assume this. If obj is not null and obj instance of string, but in Java, things are simpler than they look. This topic explains how Instanceof behaves with null, whether null checks are required, why Java designed it this way, common misconceptions, clean coding best practices, real-world examples. This is a core Java language behavior concept. Short answer: no, you do not need a null check before using Instanceof. Why? In Java, Instanceof automatically handles null. Example: string s equals null. System.out.println s instance of string. Output false. No exception is thrown. Key rule: Instanceof behavior, value result null false. Matching type true, non-matching type false. Java defines Instanceof like this. If reference is null, result is always false. So, internally, if object equals null, return false. Example without null check, object obj equals null. If obj Instanceof string, system.out.println string, output. Nothing happens, no exception. Example with non-null object, object equals hello. If obj Instanceof string, system.out.println, it is a string. Output: it is a string. Why null check is not required? Because article: Instanceof already handles null safely, avoids unnecessary conditions, improves readability. So this obj Instanceof string is enough. Common misconception: many developers incorrectly assume obj equals null and obj instance of string is required. But this is redundant. Cleaner version: if obj instance of string, string s equals string obj. Simpler, safer, more readable. What about casting? A safe pattern. If obj instance of string, string s equals string obj, Java ensures object is not null, object is of correct type. Modern Java, pattern matching. Java 16 Plus improves this. If object instance of string s, system out println s.length, colon. This avoids check explicit casting, check boilerplate code. Why this design exists? Java designers made Instanceof null safe because 1. Reduce boilerplate. No need for check null checks everywhere. 2. Improve readability. Simplifies conditions. obj Instanceof string 3. Prevent common bugs. Avoids null pointer exception, redundant conditions. Comparison with null. Check if object is not null and object instance of string. Correct? Measurement? Yes. Without null check. Preferred. If object instance of string. Correct? Clean. Correct. Idiomatic. Real-world example. Public void process. Object ob. If obj instance of integer, integer value equals integer ob. System out println value times 2, even if obj is null. Safe execution, no exception. Performance note. Removing null check. Slightly more efficient, slightly more operations. But difference is minimal. When null checks are needed, you still need null checks when 1. Accessing methods directly, object.toString may throw NPE. 2. Logical conditions involving null, if object is null or object equals test, but not for Instanceof. Common mistakes. 1. Overusing null checks if object is not null and object instance of string. Unnecessary. 2. Assuming instance of throws NPE. It does not. 3. Confusing casting safety. Instance of does not cast automatically before Java 16. Best practices. Check. Use Instanceof directly. Avoid redundant null checks. Prefer pattern matching. Instanceof tvar. Keep conditions simple. Trust language guarantees. Simple definition. Instance of. A Java operator that checks whether an object is an instance of a specific type. It safely returns. Comma, false for null, comma, true for matching type, comma, false for non-matching type. Final summary. In Java, you do not need a null check before using Instanceof, because Instanceof automatically returns false for null. It never throws null pointer exception. It is designed to be null safe. Example: if obj instance of string dot is fully sufficient. Key idea: instance of already includes null safety, making explicit null checks unnecessary and redundant.